Operator, did you hear that? It said... Cosmic background radiation is a riot!
Oh, or just be quiet. I have some stuff to talk about. Alright, first I just gotta pull up the stream on my phone. Okay. So, let me... Oh. I have 20 hours left. Okay. I guess I'll use this for tutorial. I'll use the fear. Actually, I have to level this up, so I'll use that. I guess I'll level that up. I just gotta check something really quick. Inventory. How many weapon slots do I have? None. Okay. So actually that's what that's where I'll start. So for new/noob players, you may be wondering how to check how many slots and stuff you have of anything. You just go to all and you literally, if my tab will work, you can go down and you'll see this is how many open slots I have left. But to see Warframes, you would just go one by one. Now weapons, when you see that there is no space that says new slot, you don't have a slot there. Let's see, what are these? Appearance. I don't think there's slots. Yeah, there's no slots for appearances or gear. Okay, none of that. So it's mostly just, yeah, okay. Oh, I didn't realize you had a certain number of amp slots. Alright, yeah, so that's number one. Let me get off of Healdrin because I don't want to use her for the tutorial. I'll go Mag, because she's OG. But, I don't really know what to touch in here. Is my Kubro ranked up? Oh no, Taxon isn't. Okay. Oh, yeah, here we go. So, another thing, for people who want to be able to get their MR up quickly, all you gotta do is just go here, and then go click, let's see, click triangle, or Y, or whatever button it is for PC, and you just go to weapons. As you go through the weapons, you'll see that there are things that are locked, like this. And it's just mastery lock. Just highlight it, it'll tell you what MR you need. It's right up there at the top right corner of the box. Like the Accelitra is MR 8 locked. I'm pretty sure they have everything, yeah. They have everything in, oh no they don't. I thought they did, but never mind. But, just go here when you, like, for example, let's see, I have 23. I kind of do want to get another weapon. Do I have the Orthros blueprint already? Oh, I can't buy the Orthros blueprint because it's going to make me use my coupon, and that's not what I want to do. But you would just go here, you'd see what you need by highlighting. If you have it all, boom, pay it, and then go, or buy the blueprint. If you don't have what you need, go get it. Things are relatively easy to, relatively easy to get. Some of the easiest ways to know what planets you need to go to for your resources, you just go to the planet, hit R3, it'll tell you what resources are there. So, like for example, you can see alloy plate, plastis, morphix, and rubedio are highly found on Phobos, which is a good thing because you need to go there. Let's see, one thing you do want to do, or try to do, is get into doing your quest. Your quest unlocks so many things. Vision, I'm gonna mute you. I'm in a Warframe tutorial, so give me a sec. So you wanna go around and try and get your quest done. As you can see, I have 7 pending quests. That's because some of these I don't feel like doing. Not all your quests are important. To see which quest you actually need to do, you'd start at Earth. You've got to go do your junctions. Every junction tells you what you need to do. Vor's prize is required to go all the way through to Venus. You've got to essentially just look at your junctions for your junctions, see what quest you need to do. Get the quest done. You'll see that I have 7 active quests ready right here, and some that I can't do. But like these are all important. You have to do Awakening, Vor's prize. Awakening is actually the very first quest. You can't avoid doing it. You've got to do Heart of Deimos. You've got to do Vox Solaris. I've got to do Seiya's Vigil, which is up here, but I'm not really in the mood to do that. I want to try and get Gara, grind the plat to get her, because for those of you who don't know, you can do a quest over to get a Riven mod, which Rivens are something you can use to enhance your guns, such as this one. Each Riven is unique. You can re-roll it for something called Kuva, which is this little symbol right here. That's how the only way you can see how much Kuva you have is by typing Kuva in your chat like this, which you have brackets hyperlink everything in this game. That's how you make that big blue text that people want. Then if you want it, you just go over there, you click on it, and it'll tell you how many you have, how much you have, or you can just go look at your ribbons. Endo and credits are what's needed for ribbons, just like regular mods. Be quiet, Ortis. Now, modding tutorial. You want to try a mod suited to your style. Now, don't worry about these here. You guys wouldn't have these. This is stuff you get from something called arbitrations. They make these mods are great, but this is something you could look forward to, like becoming invulnerable and taking less damage off rip. Like I got that because I've had to restart. My best friend gave it to me, but yeah, you can, when you get to the way you get arbitrations, since I did mention that, you have to complete every star node on your map, so that's just every mission. Once you do that, you unlock those. But quick little modding here we go. Like, okay, so when you mod, you want to pay attention to things like this, like the damage / projectiles category. This gun does more impact than it does slash and puncture, but it does more slash than it does puncture. So if you were to mod for just damage, you would go around, and if you just wanna hold it, you can just hold it and type in impacts, and then that'll give you all mods that you have based off of impact, like so. Then you would just throw it up there, and then boom, you see it only affects that though. Now if you're to throw something on there like I can't put Hell's Chamber on. Let's see if I have anything else that's multi-shot. No, I do not. I only have one. Okay, it looks like I can't use this shotgun for the tutorial. I will use my comb. This is a shotgun as well. It may look strange, but it's a very nice weapon. I would suggest it for new players. It hits harder the more it uses. But okay, let me just go start a new config. So as you can, alright, I'll use this one. So here you can see this weapon actually had something on it called Blast. That's from my last build. You can create different elemental things like that by, clearly, you can see fire and frost. That is fire there and frost there, or cold there. So those two create Blast, but if you wanted to try something else, you could go ahead and, where is it? Why do I don't have all my stuff for shotguns. Oh well. But yeah, that's how you create those. I'm sorry if this is scattered brained, but I'm trying to touch on everything I feel new players need. Multi-shot, like you saw here, multi-shot affects everything, like the amount of projectiles that are coming out. So for example, if I'm shooting out 3 projectiles of 31.5 blast, right? And I throw a multi-shot on, and I increase it by 0.2, let's say it increases it to 5 31.5 blasts that come out, or what projectiles of blast that come out. There we go. Crit chance is something you need to pay attention to. Like honestly, all the numbers need to be need to mind, but like the higher the number, the more likely you want to pay attention to that category. Like here, this weapon isn't really a crit weapon; it's a status weapon, as you can see by it as stock having 75% status. So with that, I'd want to go ahead and throw on something that's like this status duration. Any status effect that it is on there, it'll occur for 5% longer because of that one mod. So you want to take things like that and try and boost your shotgun around. Like this, or shotgun, your weapons around. Like this will help increase my status, but also provides cold. So you've got some mods. These are called your 60-60 mods, I think. I'm pretty sure it's 60 up, 60 down, or 60 for, yeah. There 60-60 mods are ones that are status and cold, or status and an element for 60% when maxed out. They sell for a good bit in market, and they're all fairly great. They really help out with the weapons, to be honest. That's not what I told you to do. That's not what I'm telling you to do. Jeez. You do have to deal with that sometimes in here. It's kind of upsetting. Now, if you, as you can see, this is frost and or cold. This is cold. So yes, you can just go ahead and amplify your cold. And yes, that is as strong as my blast before. But it's all good. I don't really want multi-shot on this weapon. Let's see. This is a slash weapon, so you would want to put something like Shredder on. Let's see, what the... Oh, that's crit chance. Okay, that's why that's not on there. I do want this on because it's supposed to increase status chance. Oh, yeah, that's when I'm doing certain things. Yeah, that's actually another thing. So you'll see mods like this. Mod is setup. You see those three little rectangles, or that one long rectangle divided by the two white lines. That determines the mod number set is 3. I have 1 out of 3. If I were to have 1 on, like this, you'll see that that slot there is now highlighted, whereas here it is not. When you put it on and you have more on, they all stack on top of each other, giving you a higher amount or higher percentage for these, or whatever it may be. Let's see, but let's get back to the modding of this gun. Where's my... I don't have any... Okay, yep, I guess I'll have to use this. So, when your damage total is all damages in the damage category added up. Sometimes your damage total will not add up to what you have there. Don't worry about it. It's nothing to be scared of or scared about or whatever. I don't know how to say that. Damage mods, so you know, those increase everything in the damage category. So yeah, that's truthfully all you need to know about modding. Is just like modding weapons. Just pay attention to what your primary stats are and what your damage stats are. If you mod for a specific thing, you will only have one specific thing, but I always try to mod for a variety of things, so I can have an interchangeable build, meaning I could do something like this. Hold on. Meaning I could do something like this, and then boom, now I'm creating blast instead of that, but I didn't take away from any damage, I just created a new type of damage. So that's all types of things you want to try and get in your head when you're playing Warframe, so that you can be very great, I guess the terms would be. Now, Warframe modding, I don't know if I can use Mag for this. I'll go Ember. I'll use her because she's very fun. And she can be acquired by Noobs. Okay, so... Oh yeah, so I forgot to... Like these, there's Orokin reactors which go to Warframes. And Orokin catalysts which go to, weapons. Orokin reactors, are the same amount as catalysts as well. They're kind of hard to get. If you want to get them and you don't feel like paying platinum for them, you just gotta go in here, do your challenges, and go up through here. If you complete this Nightwave stuff, you will be able to, after wave 30, you'll just keep going up, or after tier 30, you'll just keep going up in tiers, but instead it will give you crystal cred every tier. It's like 15 every tier, and then once you have enough, you go ahead and hit R3 for your offerings, and you can come here. This is where you can get quite a few augment mods that you don't want to try and get through, what's it called, syndicates. You get decorations for things like your ship, swords. This is now where you get a Warframe as well, Vauban. Each piece is 25. He's very easy to build. I do recommend him. He's kind of a weaker Warframe. Not necessarily weaker, but like he has a low armor count, so he takes a lot more damage than others. But to get one Orokin Catalyst or Reactor, you need 75 cred. As you see, I have 40. I don't feel like spending it because I want some Kuva, so that I can get that 10,000. That's really how I buy my Kuva. This is also where you can get aura mods. The store changes every week. Actually, I want to grab Rejuvenation because I need that. Weapons are 50 crystal cred, skins are 30, mods are 20, yeah, all mods are 20. Oh, yeah. There we go, that's something. And you could also come in here and sell these things into trade chat. Like, you could go, the lingo in WTS stands for want to sell. WTT means want to trade. WTTF, come on, there we go. It means want to trade for. And WTB means want to buy. Now, whichever one, you can filter your chat, but as you'll see looking to the left of my little text box, there's people in here talking about they want to sell, want to buy. You'll see want to trade sometimes, but just for this demonstration, I'm going to try and sell my, what's it called? The Purifying Flames that you just saw me buy. I don't know, I don't do caps, but there's a method my best friend does to selling, and it works for him. If people call him out for it, but don't worry about people in this game. It's honestly not worth it. That's coming from someone who's gotten suspended for 15 years on 3 different accounts in a week on this game. One account for defending somebody, and the other 2 because I don't know. I honestly. But anyway, back to the trading. You want to type in the name of whatever you want. Brackets allow people to see what you want. And then just throw in a price. So I guess I'll just do like 10 plat. And the P stands for platinum or plat. And then you just hit R2. And, oh, it's Purifying Flames, but whatever. But you see, if it's not right, you can't link it. But yeah, that's essentially the trading. Oh, to filter, you want to hit triangle. Add filter. For me, I always do want to buy so that I can see only the people that are wanting to buy things, if that makes sense. Okay, back to the Warframe modding. So Ember, as you can see, there's something here called an aura mod. You don't always get those you don't get them at first. They're there, like the mod slot is there. The category isn't unlocked until you get your very first aura mod. So, let's see. You always want to choose one that you feel would fit. So I'm gonna choose Steel Charge to increase my melee damage. When you add an aura mod, it adds on to the amount of what's the name? The modding capacity. As you saw when I had this, before I had this on, it was 60. If I take it off, it's at 60. Putting it on, because I upgraded it up, it became 16 added on, because when it's a aura mod, it doubles the amount that's there. So that's how that works. Then you just wanna go around and try and find things that you want. Now, like Ember, I don't really know. Ember's a weird person to mod because she can go into very good efficiency, well, not very good, but okay efficiency. You can have great strength with her, good range, which will really help her build, or you can have the duration, which will greatly help burn people. Personally, I try to go streamline with her because it increases the efficiency, requiring less energy to cast my ability. I would put on redirection simply because she only has 300 shield and 300 health maxed. That's not a lot. Then you do want to have a flow on because her second ability, which will make you invincible for a certain amount of time. Not really invincible, but for if you have a good modding capability, you have good armor on, it makes her invincible because it takes less air. It's just armor, as it says, but there you go. I'm just going to let the demonstration show you. The longer it goes, it swirls up around you, and the more that's there, the more fire that's around her, the more armor she has. If you want to take it off, if you want to dumb it down with the amount that's going up, you use Fire Blast. It will take away some of it. This will allow your second ability to go faster. So if you cast your fourth, cast your second, you cast your fourth, it will burn faster for the second, therefore creating more armor quicker. So if you want that very quickly, you stack it with Intensify. Intensify increases your power strength, as you can see. Then you also want to add on some armor if you're trying to create a second ability build for her. Personally, I wouldn't build one of those for her because I don't use her second a lot because it drains too much energy way too quick. But just for the sake of the stream, I will just add on the Carnus Carapace as well because that gives armor along with my steel fiber here. Then you do want to have stretch on, because if you have stretch on, how far your third goes and how many people it affects will increase, so therefore you can drain this and gain more fire back for more armor, if that makes sense, without losing as much energy. Instead of going ahead and draining 7 energy a second, you could just cast 52.5 and then take like 15-30 seconds for your second to go all the way back up, as long as you're not using this. So let's see, what's the last mod I want to throw in here? Adaptation. If you have adaptation, which you won't, but you will at some point in time in your future, if you look through with the game, which I hope you do. But adaptation really helps Ember because it increases her resistance to elemental damages or any damage type she takes, which I will show in my next mission. But yeah, that's essentially everything you need to know about modding. Alright, I feel. The pistols you can mod your pistols and your melees the same way you can mod your primaries. You just pay attention to the numbers up there in the primary damage numbers and the primary stat numbers and the damage numbers, and you'll do great. Actually no, I suck at modding these. My best friend would his channel link is in my description, but I'm gonna try and get him to do a video on Sentinels and Kubros. But Sentinels and Kubros are something else you can have as a companion. These things are kind of stupid, I'm not gonna lie. Kubros aren't always the best, but they come in many different forms and they are all very useful. Like the one, I don't remember which one I have. It's a Sunica. Alright, so she's, what does she do again? I don't fucking use, she's the aggressive one. She's the one that attacks everything. But each Kubro, as you will see, where is it? Here. Each Kubro has their very own mod that goes to them. It's like 1 or 2 mods. Yeah, 2 mods. This one has Savagery, where it does more finishing damage, meaning when it does the final attack, which all Kubros do a finishing attack, that's what it does 20% more damage for me? Yeah, 20% more damage. Then this is very useful if you want to, for low-level players and noobs, because this stops a VIP target. So if you're doing a capture mission or a sortie capture mission or anything where you have to go capture something, they will grapple the target, meaning they pull it to them and hold it down on the ground as long as it is 35 meters within the range, or 35 meters near them. Now you can make it better by taking it to here and doing something like that, and then you will get a 60-meter range. But as you can see, I do not have the endo, which is what this is called, nor the credits to do such a thing. But I've just got off a suspension, so yes. But I forgot Sentinels. That's that's really it for Kubros. I don't have that much knowledge on them because I've bred a lot of them, but I haven't used a lot of. I don't use them all the time. I just let them sit there after leveling them up. Sentinels are more useful for me though because they have something called vacuum. Vacuum, as you can see, it gathers items and stuff near them in an 11.5-meter radius. That's really the biggest reason I use them. That and, where is it? Guardian. When your shields are depleted, it will return your shields, depending on what you have, how you have the mod upgraded. By the max is 100%, but I only have 92 because I can't get it up there right now. But, yeah, that's... Oh, all Sentinels also come with their own weapon. The only one to come with well, not their own. There's a couple that share a weapon, like a laser rifle or something like that, but it's whatever. There's, like, Helios, he comes with something called the Deconstructor. It allows him to scan things for you without you scanning. So plants, people, caches, containers, stuff like that. The stuff you don't want to go scan, if you invest in either purchasing, building, or farming a Helios Prime or regular Helios, you will not regret it, except for the fact you have to consistently buy scanners for him. That's it. That's the only thing you will hate. I forgot to swap it to Taxon. Yeah, our tax is fine. As you see, my Taxon cannot use Helios's weapon, but Helios can use Taxon's weapon. Most of the weapons are interchangeable between your different, what's it called? Your different Sentinels. There's nothing to interchange between these things, the Kubros, because Kubros and Kavats have 2 personal mods, and then the rest of the mods are for them anyway, because they're that category. Okay, now, that's really... Oh, really quick, if you want to see what kind of components you have, just go to your foundry and just press square, and it gives you a nice, beautiful... This display is actually very beautiful in my opinion. It's nice and bright, everything's very legible and readable, so, yeah, that's how you see that. If you don't know your standard foundry, everything starts to increase. There's more options here than I have currently, but I'm building this account up. As you can see, I have plenty of weapons in store for my MR challenges and stuff. I cannot collect any of them because I don't have the space, but I am working on that. These are things you want to try and invest into for as well. Ciphers help with spy missions or hacking in general. If you don't think you're going to get it, as long as it's not a sortie mission, which you get these sorties after you complete the War Within quest. Oh, shut up, Tile Rhaegor. You don't need to insult them yet. But other than that, I think we're gonna go, you know what, I'll let you guys try and experience a Kuva Lich mission, so you can see some of the stuff you have to look for, and I can test the build that I created for us. So, I'll just go rescue. But, they're essentially, on the map, you just look for the things that are flashing blue, get them all done on every single planet. As you get your planets done, even if you want, like, honestly, my advice for new players, if you're on one planet, go and do that one planet until you can't do. If you can't do a mission, fine. Just go around it if you can do other missions on that planet. But if you can't do it because you don't have friends, there is something in here called a recruiting tab. I will show that. I can't show it now, but you can only recruit when you're not in a mission. Let's see. I think that's really it. But alright, so
because that would make them
Anyway, for new players, for sure, when you run around, you're gonna want to run and take your time on these missions. All the stuff, how did I miss that? All the stuff that you want and need to build things are going to be found around the map in random weird places. There's gonna be things called Cephalon fragments you need to scan. Like, there's all types of things all around the map that you will not get if you don't search. Like, yes, at some points in times it may feel like a menial task to do, but in the long run, just going around and looking for resources will help you, because there's times you'll need like 4 million and you need it just to feed to something, and then you run out and you need to go build something, but you can't because you don't have the resources. So if you start off as a noob and you start doing things like that, then you'll already have all the stuff you need for the future, and every time you go to farm something, which is what you call going to gather resources or something you need, well, every time you go to farm, that's where this would come from. Or you're just building up your stuff, I mean. Oh, come here. Come here. Now this right here, that's called a thrall. When you do Kubo Lich missions, you want to murder thralls to get that Requiem murmur. Requiems are a certain type of mod that goes on your Parazon. I don't want to get too in depth in that because I'm going to try and turn this into a series. But yeah, so that's kind of most of the knowledge you guys need to be very successful in this game. Where did you come from? Oh, no, it's not. Okay, that just reminded me. When you're using a melee, your ground pounds, which are your right stick push-in, they're the strongest attack that you can do with your melee. Now, you can just do your regular attack. You have a regular heavy attack, but all your heavy attacks are the damage is ×2. So, instead of... Nope, not fighting you right now. I don't have energy. Nope, come here. No, we're not doing this right now. I'm trying to show people how to play this game, and you want to bother me, Noobs. Don't do it. Guys, this is a shotgun, by the way. This is the type of overpowered stuff you can experiment with in here. Here, let me make y'all attack each other. Fun fact for you guys as well. Radiation damage makes it so that they attack each other. I forget what creates radiation damage. I can show you after this, but radiation damage for sure is something you guys want to try and look into for lower players, because it does help out a lot. Where are you shooting me from over here? I don't know why you were still over here. Alright, thank you. Don't destroy these heat generators. They may have a health thing on them too, but it'll make it so that you take more cold damage while on cold maps. I used to destroy them, and then I found out what they were actually for, so now I no longer destroy them. Nope, you're not living, Noobs.
Marines inbound.
Whenever you fight Noobs, most of the time, just ground pound. And that's the best tutorial for them. That's how you'll always beat them. And then stay away from them when they explode, because they're dangerous. They have the they're toxic when they explode. I think it is either toxin or corrosive. No, come here. Oh, why'd you have to go and tell it? I'll deal with you in a second. Don't you grapple me. That's not allowed. I hate these ones that teleport so freaking much. Now, what I am doing now for noobs, I do not recommend this. Do not go and try and just take your new builds out on the highest level mission possible you can. I'm doing it because I'm a pro to the game. I may be MR7, but that's just this account. I'm actually an MR22 trying to just help make people's lives easier, because I've had to restart now 5 times. So, yeah, these are just the tips and tricks I'm trying to give you guys so that you can, so that you can enjoy this game. You must die. Don't you ever touch my alarms again. Oh, I got an auto breach. Cool. I like that. Let me drain you for some health really quick. Oh, that's another newbie thing, or thing that most people actually don't know. When you use the Broken Scepter, which is a weapon you get for free from the game for completing a mission. For completing a quest. The War Within quest I mentioned earlier. You get this for that, but it's, as you can see, I can drain my enemies. You drain enemies that are, like these things for health. And then anything that isn't, biological, you get energy from it. I don't know what's not biological because I've scanned the robotic enemies and I've still gained health. So I can't fully explain that to you, but I do know that's how that's supposed to work. If you ever do grab this weapon in the future and actually plan on using it. And I'm getting tired of having to come back here because they keep spawning a thrall back here. Jeez. Anyway, let's press on with the mission. So that as you can see, the build for Ember is working very great. I'm not against it. I actually like this. I meant to use the other build, the other ability.
The bypass is done. Go.
Of course the bypass is done.
We've reached the prison. Find our prisoner in one of these cells.
Alright. Auto breach. Interesting. That's more auto breaches than I've ever had. Alright, let me turn this on. There we go.
Hurry up.
Where's the other?
Running out of time.
Oh, it's up more. Oh yes, another thing about Ember's ability. As you can see, I am not losing energy. But I'm not losing energy because her ability has not fully charged. You don't start losing energy with her ability until after it's fully charged. So as of right now, it's just an armor gain for me. You don't need a weapon. Just stand there and look pretty while I kill everything. Now, killing everything as well, yes, this is like, refarming. Killing helps you get your levels up, your affinity, there we go. It allows you to get your affinity up with no problem, well, with some problem, because if you don't have an affinity booster, your affinity does not go up as quick. But that is okay, because who cares? But another little tip to Kuva Thrall missions, or Lich missions, my bad, is you always want to try and make the mission go as long as possible, simply because it increases the amount of thralls you can receive. And this is another tip. You can see I am hacking fairly quickly, but that's because I'm using my R1, L1 bumpers. It got me a little confused because I was trying to do that. But, you use these to turn things. At the left bumper, or the left bumper moves it left, and the right bumper moves it right. I guess that would make sense, but if you don't want to just go clicking on it and you over-click it too many times, that's how you can actually hack in the game better and faster. It's how I've been hacking for the last couple years, and it's helped me. And mostly I don't never fail, but that's a little exception right there. You get to see a treat. Oh, that's another thing. You see that stealth kill affinity bonus up there? Always, if you can get one, try and get 4 more. If you can get 4 more, that's plus 500% affinity right there. If you can get plus 500% affinity, you are great, because that's, like, take 100 affinity, right? That's now 5,000 affinity, I think, or 50,000 affinity between that 100 right there. Nope, all knocks die. Oh, he's stuck. Yeah, he's dead. Haha. That's what he gets. Alright, but yeah, that is all the mission tutorials I can provide. I think. If I think of any more, there definitely will be more in another video, but I want to try and turn this into a series of helping people, whether it's modding a particular Warframe, a particular weapon. I'm going to try and mod everything, so to get everything on my channel so that noobs, new players can have stuff to enjoy. But I am glad people attended and got to get some of my wisdom. For anyone in the future, I appreciate you watching the video. I hope it helps you a lot in the game. But thank you for tuning in.